know that song. We always sing it anytime we are very angry. We have to be, the sanctuary is here, and we have to make the Holy Spirit continue to stay in that sanctuary so they know what I'm talking about. So as you step out of the school gate this afternoon, after all the fun and merriment, look small at the inscription on the school gate and continue to reflect on it. Parents, the assignment you gave to us has been done and executed. Please continue from here. Do not relent. Please supervise them as they are still teenagers. The most complicated, troublesome, impressionable developmental stage, born into a confused world. That's what we have. In the new world order, our responsibilities have tripled. As parents, we must prepare a respectful, empathetic, well-nurtured, and tractable child. You know we will bear the consequences of our inaction and permissiveness someday if we fail in our responsibilities as parents. The struggle continues still after secondary school. It's even more delicate now because of the new freedom status they have acquired. At this point, I would like to recognize and especially congratulate the following people, and please stand up for recognition as I applaud you. The principal and management staff of Emerald High School. Can we applaud them, please? The teachers, please. All right, please have your seat. Brothers and sisters of graduating students. If we have brothers and sisters of graduating students, can you be upstanding? Brothers and sisters, you came all the way to come and wish them well this morning. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Parents of graduating students, please can you be upstanding? We need to give you a very good round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you for believing in this brand. We give all the glory to God also. Do we have grandmothers and grandfathers here? Because grandmothers and grandfathers are always so happy to be here. Grandmothers and grandfathers, please. Oh yes, we have them here. Thank you so much, grandmas and grandpas, for coming. Aunties and uncles. Aunties and uncles. Yes, your parents and so many people who believed in you and have invested so much in helping you to succeed. Now it's up to you to take advantage of what they have given to you. Go out and shine for the world to see. I wish you everything that you richly deserve in the years ahead. It has been an honor and privilege watching you progress and advance in life. Stay on course. The presence of God shall go with you wherever you go. Class of 2023, farewell. Embrace change. We expect you to be a catalyst for reformation in today's world. Until we meet again, farewell and farewell. We love you. God bless you in Jesus' name. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Let's put our hands together for the Executive Director, Emerald Schools. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. All right. I want to believe you heard that, our graduates for today. Now you are free, but with freedom comes responsibility. You are moving on to the outer world, and there you have the right to do whatever you want. But while you are free to choose your actions, you are not free to choose the consequences of your actions. You have to be careful whatever you do. Embrace change, but more importantly, be the catalyst for positive change wherever you find yourself. Thank you very much for that, Mrs. Edna Obase. As we move on in today's program, I'd like to call on someone whom I have known over the years to be an epitome of lowliness, meekness, honesty, Never have I seen a man so great and yet so unassuming. You will agree with me that where we have a school like this that has existed over the years, there has to be someone also at the helm of affairs, guiding, leading the affairs of the school. And we have someone like that who has played a huge role in the successes that Emerald Schools have recorded over the years. I'd like you to join me as we welcome the chairman, board of advisors, Mr. Sam Obaze. Put your hands together as he comes to the microphone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The chairman of the graduation ceremony, Engineer Mrs. Eloho Iboni, MD Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company Limited. The guest speakers, architect Kayode Atunrashe and Mrs. Lade Owolabi, yes. Communication expert. Our dear parents, friends of the school, members of the press, PMF executives here present, members of the board of advisors, on behalf of the management, staff, and students of the school, I'd like to welcome you all to today's graduation ceremony. I would also like to congratulate you at the risk of repeating what the director had said for this noble achievement of graduating from this school to go on to the next level. We are very proud of all of you, and we are very expectant, we are very hopeful that you will achieve the best that you can be in life after all the training that you have had from here. The director spoke about freedom and responsibility. I do not want to overemphasize that, but I would like to talk about it a bit because it's very, very important. It's always something that people crave, students crave when they are leaving school. It's like, okay, we now have freedom, but freedom is not freedom as such. Freedom comes with responsibilities. There's so much happening out there that today you cannot afford to misuse your freedom. You must be very wary of peer pressure, because this person has done it, I can also do it. There's so much out there in the public space for youths like you. The social media is one of them. Then various kinds of drugs out there. You have tramadol, you have loud, you have sniper, you have Colorado. I'm sure these names are not strange to you. You might have read about them. Please, do not get near them, because they can truncate your ambition. Your parents have invested so much in you. Please do not follow anybody to do what you ought not to do. The school has talked about all these things over the years. Now it's time for you to go out there and be your own man, your own woman. Carry your environment with you. Do not be swayed by the new environment you may find yourself in. carry your environment with you. Your environment is what your parents have taught you over the years, and the school has also taught you in the past 6 years. Today, running a school is not as easy as it ought to be. Like every other business, we have challenges. We have challenges that I wouldn't say they threaten our existence, but they are making management of the place a lot more difficult. We have rising costs. We have parents who do not have employment anymore. They've lost their jobs. They've lost their businesses. Parents who used to pay their school fees once in a session now have to break the payment down into many bits. And sometimes there's outright default. We're also threatened by the Japa syndrome. If you talk to parents today, the next thing they want to tell you is that they are going to Canada, they are going to US, they are going to UK. But we have to continue to survive. We have to continue to weather the storm. And what we are doing to cope includes cost control measures. But how do you control costs in a school like this, where you have growing children who will always tell you, I want more food? There are some people, at this age, people can eat. And you're not going to say because of cost control, you will not give the quantity of food that each person requires. That is one challenge. For the staff, we know they are facing difficulties, and the school is willing to do the best that it can do to ameliorate the challenges that they face. As a way of weathering the storm, we have continued to expand. You may wonder, why do you expand when you say you have problems? Yes, we are trying to optimize the use of the assets that we already have. If we expand, we may not necessarily have to employ so many teachers to run the new place. And if we expand, we're able to spread some of the costs to more strategic business units. You may be aware that last year we opened the day school in Lagos. We are hoping that in the next school year, which starts in September, in 2 months' time, we shall open the day school in this premises, not in the same premises as the boarding school, but they have a common boundary. You probably noticed when you were coming to the premises today, the signboard directing you to the day school. So that will be the day school. They will have a separate entrance. They will have separate facilities. They will not be Thank you. They will not be doing anything in common with the boarding school students, but they may use some of the facilities at different times. So let me assure you that the students here will not be affected in any way. So that is one of the coping mechanisms that we have, and we continue to explore these options because we have to continue to be here. It will not be a good thing to say that a school existed and does not exist anymore. That will not be the story of Emerald Schools. Today is not a day for long speeches because we have several people to speak to us. But I would just like to close this address by inviting you students, graduating students, to look at the high table. Look at the high table. Seated at the high table today are 2 ex-students of this school. Architect Kayode Atorashe, please stand up. Mrs. Lade Owolabi. The question I have for you is, when are we going to invite you to sit with us here to address a graduating class? That is the question I have for you. We look forward to inviting you to talk to our students in this school in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, now we have to proceed to the next item on our program. A special number by the school choir. Sit back and enjoy.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine like a beautiful star. I choose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star I see, a vision of ecstasy. I'm alive, we're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we'd be one right away, right away. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the light inside your eyes. Tonight, you and I were beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Eye to eye, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a gold. Shine bright like a gold. Shine bright like a diamond. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a gold. Shine bright like a gold. Shine bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Congrats to the universe as we moonshine Emily. Feel the world will never die. We're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star I see, a vision of knowledge. I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the light inside your eyes. Tonight, you and I were beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Eye to eye, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a gold. Bright like a gold. Shine bright like a diamond. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a gold. Shine bright like a gold. Shine bright like a diamond. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
I believe you can do better than that. Can you give them a round of applause? Yes, Emerald High School has the best choir, the best band. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I want you to wait for the band. When it's time for band presentation, I am very sure that you are going to be wowed. So just sit back as we enjoy every bit of what we're doing today. Moving on, we are going to take the address or the remark by the chairman of today's occasion. Before she comes up, I would like to just read a few things about her. The chairman of this occasion is Mrs. Eloho Iboni. Please, I would like you to stand to your feet as I read a few things about you, if you don't mind. Yes, thank you. Engineer Eloho Iboni is the first female managing director at Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company. She is a chemical engineering graduate of the Great University of Benin with over 20 years of work experience in the oil and gas industry. Prior to her appointment, Eloho was the Great Asset Manager, Bonga FPSO, responsible for overseeing end-to-end production delivery from the Bonga deep water field, and has held several roles locally and internationally across production operations, project asset management, operations readiness and assurance, including functioning as a business advisor. Eloho holds a master's degree in integrated environmental management from the University of Bath in the United Kingdom. She is a registered member of the Council for the Regulation of Engineers in Nigeria, as well as a fellow of the Energy Institute, the Nigerian Society of Chemical Engineers, and the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Eloho also sits on several boards in the oil and gas sector, including Women in Energy Nigeria. She is passionate about developing talent and building an inclusive workforce. She leads a diverse team that leverages on technology to simplify work processes and drive continuous improvement, not just to power progress for Shell, but towards the advancement of engineering in Nigeria. Eloho is happily married to Sam Iboni and enjoys watching sports and playing tennis. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together as we welcome to the podium the chairman of today's occasion, Mrs. Eloho Iboni. Please put your hands together.
Thank you very much. Good morning, distinguished graduates, esteemed guests, parents, teachers, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that kind introduction and inviting me to speak today. It gives me great pleasure to be with you today on this historic day to celebrate the Emerald graduating class of 2023 for achieving this milestone. Before I go on, may I ask all of us to please stand? These kids have worked so hard, ranging from 14 years to 6 years of hard study.
Yes.
So as parents, as teachers, please can we stand up and give them a resounding applause? It is not easy. I can tell you it is not easy. You deserve this. Thank you very much. This moment reflects years of hard work, dedication, and numerous sacrifices from you and also from your parents and the teachers of this school. You've all demonstrated resilience, determination as capable individuals who are ready to embark on the next chapter of life. Today we also celebrate with our proud parents, our teachers and relatives, those who have been this journey with you and have supported you through this process and has made an enormous impact in your lives. Graduates, I know this day comes with excitement and also with anxiety about the future and the changes that you will see as you go along. It is normal to feel anxious and maybe scared that after today's celebration, where would I be? It is very normal. And I can assure you, you are all going to be fine. The world beyond these school walls may seem daunting, but I urge you to embrace it with open arms. You've got to embrace the unknown you've got to embrace the changes that the future brings. It is those moments of uncertainty that true growth and discovery happens. Emerald symbolizes not only royalty, but also wit, eloquence, and foresight. Emerald is the jewel of kings. The emerald gem has never been standing alone. It's been regarded as a superior gem amongst all jewels. I'm confident that the school curriculum has equipped you adequately with these characteristics, that you are now a special and superior gem. In fact, you are jewels of kings and queens. Graduation defines a coming of age, end of one aspect of an era in one's life. The coming years will be exciting, they will be trying, but they will all depend on you and your determination. Every class you've ever taken, every lab, every essay, every advice or training you have ever received, they've all prepared you to adapt to the changes and the challenges that life will throw at you. Early mornings, late evenings, extra exercise, mock exams, I know those were all tough. But as you know, it's a tough world out there. Nothing will be handed free to you. You've got to earn it. And it will mean more to you because you have earned it. You must remember that your academic achievement alone does not determine your success in life. True success is measured by the impact we have on others and around in the world that we live in today. As future leaders and change makers, I implore you to be compassionate, inclusive, and empathetic. Now let me share with you 3 focus areas in life that has helped me my journey till date. The first one is self-discipline. Self-discipline is one of the most important characteristics that you can possess. It is essential in every area of your life. No matter how young or old you are, self-discipline remains extremely critical for you. Contrary to some belief, it doesn't mean being harsh on yourself or living a limited or restricted life. It means having common sense. Self-discipline means having common sense. Defining your priorities and thinking before you act. Self-discipline empowers you to stick to your decision and follow them through. That's why it's one of the most important characteristics that you can develop in yourself. It helps you stay focused, motivated, even when faced with distractions. It is also very important, as most of you will be tasting freedom for the first time. The tendencies are some of you might be tempted to misuse this freedom. You will need this trait to enable you avoid unhealthy lifestyles that could lead to having negative consequences in your life. Developing self-discipline will help your personal growth and development by making conscious choices and taking responsibility for your actions. Don't be a victim of negative bandwagon or trends for the sake of followers, or social media, or short-term fame, or being that happening guy or happening girl. You must ensure you stay disciplined all through, as it avoids you the dangers of getting involved in bad friends, getting involved in drugs, or getting involved with the societal pressures that creates more tension for you in life. I'll tell you a story about my own self and self-discipline, and I need your attention. You see, when I got into university, I had friends, good friends. But some of them decided fame was more important to them at that time. And all they did was party. They went to lectures, but they partied a lot. It had effect on their grades in school. But I told myself, in what we will say in Nigeria, I borrowed myself sense. And I decided that I would stay focused. Because I knew that the future for me was greater than where I was. Today, I stand before you as the first female MD. Is there any fame that I would have had back then that is bigger than being what I am now? So you've got to ensure that short-term fame, you stay away from it. It doesn't help you at all in life. Think about the long-term goal. Always do that. The second one is how you tackle challenges and changes. Life is always full of challenges. It's always full of changes. Most especially as you go through your life journey. These changes will test your determination, and the reality is that you will pass some of these tests and you will fail some. The most important thing for me is how you learn from those failures. You've got to pick yourself up quickly and learn from them and move on fast. Nobody wants to hear that they failed at anything. Neither do I. It gets so bad that some of us avoid living our lives avoiding failure. And this will definitely kill the creativity in you. You must learn to embrace failure. Failure in life is sometimes inevitable, whether it comes as a missed deadline, calculated error, bad choice of friends. Knowing how to accept and appreciate failure can help you move out of it quickly. It is a learning opportunity, and it will definitely help you in your journey in life. Each time I fail at something, my goal is to learn from it. And I position myself better for the next time and next opportunity I get. Embracing failure will definitely help you succeed in life. It is a stepping stone to success. The most important thing, like I said, is that you pick yourself up, you learn from it, and you move on. The last one for me will be your support system. How effective is your support system? Your support system is made up of your family, your parents, your friends, your mentors, your classmates. They play an important role in your life. Having a strong and effective support system is critical for anyone's positive education and life experience. As you go through challenges in life, you will need your support system. Please do not say, I'm a big boy, I'm a big girl. I do not need advice from anyone. You need your support system as you go through life. I advise you to make sure you always have mentors. Mentors are people that you can always go to discuss the challenges you're going through and seek advice on what next step you should take. A good choice of friends that you keep will motivate you to do your best. And I can tell you, the best friends you would have in life are those you have shared these 6 years of secondary school with. The best friends I have today are friends from my secondary school. So you must cherish the bond that you have built here. You must make sure you stick together because you need each other to succeed. Don't always forget to say thank you as you go along your journey in life. Gratitude for small things makes and creates way for you for bigger things. You must learn to say thank you as you go along in life. As I said to you, you must learn to embrace change. It's inevitable in life. By doing so, you can discover new paths, seize unexpected opportunities, and continue to grow and evolve in life. Your future is in your hands and no one else. It's not in your mommy's hand. It's not in your daddy's hand. It's not in your friend's hand. Your future is in your hands. You must seize this opportunity and decide that for you as a person, you want to be great. The world is waiting for you. So as you graduate, I say good luck and all the best, and make sure you make Emerald School proud. Make sure you make Emerald School proud. We are out there waiting to celebrate you all. Congratulations, class of 2023, and all the best.
Thank you very much, ma'am. God bless you. Thank you for gracing this occasion with your presence. Thank you.
Hello, you can do better than that. Applaud her, applaud her. Thank you very much, ma. I'm sure you have gained one or two things from her wealth of knowledge. God bless you, ma. All right, without wasting time, we'll progress to the next item on our program. Guest speaker's address. Now, I present to you the first guest speaker, Mr. Olukayode Aturashe. Could you please be on your feet, if you don't mind, sir? Okay, now let's listen to her profile. Sorry, his profile, pardon me. Now, Mr. Kayode is a first degree architecture graduate from the University of Lagos with the 4.37 CGPA and has a master's program currently ongoing. Kayode served as the president of the Society of Architecture Students, Department of Architecture, UNILAG. Kayode also served as the dining prefect of Emerald High School from class of 2015-2016 and was awarded Most Effective Prefect during the 2016 graduation. Kayode graduated with 8 distinctions in his WAEC examinations. Months after graduating from Emerald High School, Kayode interned with Honeywell Group, Uraga Real Estate, and went on to intern with them every summer until he finished his tertiary education. Upon completion of his first degree, Kayode went on to work with Patrick Wahid Design Consultancy, PWDC, where he was a supervising architect on multiple sites, rising fast due to past experiences from internships. During Kayode's undergraduate studies, he started a fashion business, KNF Couture, in which he is the creative director. This business has gone on to produce over 1,000 garments in less than 5 years of operations. This business is currently thriving and now exports to multiple countries worldwide. Kayode is currently in his first year of his 2 years master's program at UNILAG. Distinguished parents, ladies and gentlemen, make welcome to Mr. Kayode as he takes the podium. You can do better than that. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Chairman, Executive Director, students. I'm standing on all existing protocols so I don't miss anyone. I'll start by saying that this experience is surreal to me because just like all of you, I was sitting here a few years ago in 2016. So I tried to make my presentation as relatable as possible. Can I get my slide? I'm really happy to be here and I'm really honored because I know how I got into Emerald. I got into Emerald because I left White Sands. I was struggling in White Sands and I came here, and my first year I was even on the remedial list. So it took a while for me to catch up and eventually make change. So when when I was told I would be giving a speech, I thought for days that what could I possibly say to these students that someone else won't say. And I thought, and I thought about myself and how I've grown. And I said to myself, the more things change, the more they stay the same. The way I see you guys now is the exact same way I saw my own classmates when I was graduating. Still the same navy blue suits, still the same green tie. Can I have the first slide? Okay. So in my slides, I put two pictures. A picture of myself, my mom, and my brother while I was graduating, and a second picture of myself, my mom, and my brother while my younger brother was graduating 2 years ago. Just to show that many things don't really change. Still the same suit, still the same green tie, still the same joy on my mother's face because she's here right now. So what are the things that change immediately? Your immediate environment, because you're not going to be in Emerald anymore. You're not coming here for 9 months in an entire year. Your age is changing because you're getting older. And you're no longer eligible for benefits. You go to the cinema and say you're a student, or you're entering a bus, you say, I feel like students need nothing like that anymore. Your closest friends change because of close proximity. To a large extent, the people you see every day end up being your friends. But then when you're at home, when you're in other schools, it might be hard, but then this is a reality you need to face. The number of people supervising your growth consistently changes because from now on, there's no principal calling you to his office to say, why didn't you do so well in mathematics? Why didn't you do well in English? Oh, you're usually a good student. What has changed? Nobody's supervising you again. Mandatory reminders like school bells is something that you would thoroughly miss because the only time that I really hear a school bell is when I come to Emerald. When you're in university, nobody comes to tell you you need to wake up at a particular time, you need to go to class at a particular time. All that changes. Nobody's supervising you. And your immediate goals change. So for most of you, your goal might have probably been having 5 A stars in your IGCSE, having 7 A's in your WAEC, and now you're probably chasing something else, like being a mechanical engineer, being an architect, or finishing with a 5.0 CGPA. Next slide. So these are a few things I think you should hold on to. The fear of God and his commandments. Love for your brother and your sister. Love for your neighbor. If we lived in an ideal world where everyone was looking out for their neighbor, there would be a lot of peace and a lot of security. This might not sound very significant, but if you think about it, a lot of things in the economy have come down now just due to insecurity. There's food shortages and a lot of other things just for the fact that we're not looking out for our brother and sister. Having a good attitude to work is something that can't change. Holding on to your family and friends because that's your real backbone. I'm happy to say that my family is here and I'm really thankful for them because they are really my own support system. One thing I'll say, which the chairman has already said is old friends are better than new ones. You might think, this guy, we won't see again. Your friends in secondary school are your closest friends because they watch you grow. So they saw you make mistakes easily. They're not going to judge you when you make other mistakes because you're already making mistakes in front of them. They've already seen you, quote and unquote, seeing you finish. Some things that don't change, and as Emerald students, I'm sure this will continue to resonate with you, discipline and excellence. If you're disciplined at something, by force you will be excellent. There's no negotiation with that. Discipline and excellence. You might be tired of hearing it, but I think you guys should really hold on to that. If you do the same thing every day and focus on the same thing every day and set standards saying, I won't be drinking alcohol, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I wouldn't be smoking, I wouldn't be going for parties, I want to be focusing. The discipline attached to that, being honest with your discipline, you will be excellent. Consistency. You need to say, if we're being honest, Emerald's Dining Hall has a very consistent taste. And if it wasn't consistent, everybody will notice because you would say, this food is tasting different. And on a day where the kitchen staff have maybe made a mistake, the entire school will notice. That shows the importance of consistency. If you're consistent at something, you will just keep on growing and getting good and getting good and getting good, getting better. And with time, you've grown. So, in this slide, I'm trying to show you guys that there's really nothing that you guys currently have now that won't help you in future. Whether I was being in band, being in the football team, being in the choir. The image on top shows Benson, Uju Benson. was commonly known in Emerald, Daniel Benson. And circled right there is me in the crowd looking at him and being amazed. Let me give you guys some context. I came into Emerald in year 8, and my mom followed me to the hostel that time and handed me over to Daniel Benson, saying, "This is my son, take care of him." Daniel Benson was also a new student, and he was my bunkmate. To see that kind of person that was always singing in the room, always making noise, as people would say, why is he disturbing us with his singing? On the stage, entertaining thousands of people, bagging in multiple millions of streams. That's insane. If you think about it really well, that there's something inside you right now that is going to feed you for the rest of your life, I think you take that thing serious. I think holding on to skills you currently have now and mastering them will go a long way. Because what usually happens is you leave secondary school thinking you want to dump everything you've learned, you want to dump the lifestyle and just move and just be free. But then later in life, you start to look back at your own DNA and start to ask yourself, what is it that I really enjoy doing? What is it that I do effortlessly? If you do something effortlessly now and it feeds you for the next 60 years, to give you context, most of you, at most, you'll be 18 years old. So you've not even seen what 20 years is, talk less of 60. Next slide. I would say to you that you should be very curious, because in as much as you have something inside you, you need to test it, you need to test the waters, even if you're afraid. People commonly say, even if you're afraid, do it afraid. Go for internships, learn new skills, discover yourself. Apply to an architecture firm, apply to an engineering firm as an intern. At worst, they will say no. But what you do is, while you're doing that internship, you're studying the people and asking yourself, do I really want to be in this space for the rest of my life? Do I really want to be serving as an engineer for the rest of my life? Do I think being in a hospital for 60 years is what I really want to do? Seek guidance, because people have come before you and you can use them as easy case studies. Many people are very happy to show you what they've done and tell you, okay, this is the mistake I made at my time. There's this common saying, a problem shared is a problem half solved. If you share your problems, it's more likely than not that the person you're sharing your problem with has gone through that. But I wrote, speak to wise elders, have mentors, and when you speak to someone, ask yourself, what has this person done? Where is this person now? And why should I be asking this person for advice? Next slide. In all of this, in having vision and thinking about yourself and saying, what is this that I have now? What is the current that could be something for me? You need to seek purpose and ask yourself, what am I really supposed to be doing with my life? And it starts now. It actually started when you were born and how your parents raised you and how you got into secondary school and all the things, whether you were a footballer, you were in TD, or you were in music. All those things are leading you up to who you are now. So right here is a few of the designs I have done as an architect. I work commonly with vernacular architecture, and I have strong interest in that. All this started with me just being involved in visual art and technical drawing. Mr. Ogunleye is here. While I was a really interested TG student. After school, I would go back to class just to open JN Green and just see, okay, can I put my hands on this? Can I try this? Can I try that? I was so interested. The extra effort. So to give you guys some context, while I got into SS1, I was still on the remedial list. And in this same dining hall, my name was announced. Oh, go back to the academic block to go and read, or for tutorship. And Mr. Felemu, Mr. Ojo, and all the other teachers then told me, I shouldn't be ashamed because you're better than many people that are not here that are feeling proud. Just sit down, put your head down, and you will know that you can grow. And that is the truth. Next slide. So here is another product of a skill I've mastered, which is garmenting. While I was in Emerald, as a hobby, I used to slim fit people's trousers for them with needle and thread. I used to fix people's buttons, fix people's buttonholes, just making myself useful. I had no idea that was going to lead me to where I was going. I just kept at it, just kept touching it, till people started asking me, oh, who's your tailor? And I said, I'm the tailor. And that's how it grew. Next slide. One thing that is really important for anybody that wants to go far is work ethic. Work ethic is something that is non-negotiable, and it's something that starts now with examples in Emerald. I remember a time, maybe in 2014, 2015, where there was a principal that had just left and there was no replacement. At that time, Mrs. Obazeki left her house at Parkview and stayed on Emerald campus here and was coming and serving as the principal. She's very rich. I mean, she owns the school. But she said that this is the work that she has said she would do, and she's going to stick to it. She was coming, giving us granules, just supporting us. You know, these are things that, if you look at people's work ethic, for example, Mr. Odogu, while we were in year 12, my set didn't do so well at IGCSE. We weren't the best. And the school took serious interest, keen interest, and they gave us the best person that could support us, Mr. Odogu. They will send us for prep around 4 p.m. and we'll be thinking, maybe he won't come today, thinking this will be a one-off. When you thought he has gone, maybe he went out, you saw him leave school gates, he will come back and supervise because he loves his job. These are things that don't change. These are non-negotiable things. So a few cliches you've probably heard. Hard work pays. There's no substitute for hard work. Very true. The reward for hard work is even more hard work, as the chairman will commonly say. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. At most, talent is just an initial advantage. If you keep on working, you will be better than anybody. Let them not outwork you. Good things take time, and that's a fact. Just keep at it. Nothing succeeds like success. And I'll give you this quote. Zechariah 4 verse 10. Do not despise your days of small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. It says, Proverbs 22 verse 21. Seest thou a man that is diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings and not mean men. And a quote that many people will be interested in from Pele, the footballer. He says, success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, loving what you do or what you are learning to do. And I gave an example of Jeff Bezos when he had just started and where he is now. Next slide. Going through uni smoothly, I'll just give you a few things. You need to be honest. You need to cooperate with people, and that's very important. There's this saying, when you're in Rome, act like the Romans. But here I put with common sense. When you get into a university or any environment, there's always this unsaid language. There's always this thing that people are doing or this thing that you need to do to fit in. In my shoes, when I got into Unilag, the entire class was filled with people that speak 100% Yoruba. They speak English, but Yoruba is the major language that they speak. And at that time, they were calling me Omobota Boti because I didn't know how to speak Yoruba as well. What did I do? I started listening to only Yoruba music, just so that I would say to myself, these guys cannot catch me for a fool. Just keep at it. Started watching Yoruba movies just to say, I'm here now, but I want to be there. Your network is your net worth, and this is something that is non-negotiable. You are the average of people you spend the most time with. Birds of a feather flock together. It is the truth. That doesn't change. Next slide. So, if you take anything from this talk at all, let it be telling yourself the truth. To thyself be truthful. This is something that my grandfather says to me almost every day. What does this mean? Be realistic with yourself. Cut your coat according to your cloth, not your size. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, improve on your strengths, and work on your weaknesses. These are things that are very important. At the end of the day, man is the architect of his own fortune, the destroyer of it. We will become whatever we will become by God's grace. Thank you very much.
Wow, come on. That was very inspiring. I need you to give him a round of applause. Thank you very much for that, sir. I don't know if you listened to that. I am actually inspired by most of the things he said. Okay, and that is why you see in Emerald High School, we raise a total child. When you leave Emerald High School, you are prepared, not just for tertiary education, but also for life. And that is one of the things we have seen. That is why we take our School of Vocations very seriously. You can see most of the designs, you know, the architectural designs and the fashion design are some of the things he learned from here. Okay? Please, whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're doing, put your mind and your life to it. You never can tell what you make out of it. Please, whatever we're doing here, I just want to let us know that we are live. One of our guest speakers today is streaming everything we're doing here live. You can actually log on to Emerald website and you'll find it being streamed live there. Thank you very much, Ms. Lade. Thank you so much for helping us with that. Now, when we took the choir band or the choir administration, I told you that was just the appetizer. Now, we want to have the course meal. We have Emerald School Band, and I promise you that Emerald School Band is one of the best you will find everywhere in the world. Emerald High School Band. Let's give them a round of applause. I want you to sit back and enjoy the performance. Come on. I told you. That's right. This is Emerald Band. Please, let's applaud them. I told you you'd be impressed. Very wonderful, stunning performance there. Thank you very much, Emerald Band.
Okay, well done. It's a world-class band, and we are proud to say that. Well done. Now we'll move on to the next item on the program. Still on guest speaker's address. Permit me to introduce to you the second guest speaker, Mrs. Owolabi Lade. Madam, please be on your feet. Thank you. Okay. Now, Lade Owolabi is a Christian creative, a woman of vision and purpose, pastor, teacher, branding specialist, and life coach with a life's mission to help others find their purpose and put them in the direction towards achieving it. Lade is passionate about helping others become the best version of themselves. She does this through consultations, speaking engagements, and the content she creates online. She is a YouTube content creator and recipient of the inaugural YouTube Black Voices Fund 2021. She incorporates faith, lifestyle, marriage, family, and relationship coaching content on her channel. Professionally trained in corporate communications at the Pennsylvania State University. She currently consults for brands and individuals. Lade serves as the executive director and lead brand strategist for Jula Global, a multimedia company run by herself and her husband. She is the founder of the LOVE, Love Cycle, a community of ladies committed to a life of prayer and learning. Lade is married to Juwon Owolabi, the lead pastor at Light Church, and they are blessed with two beautiful daughters, Adefe Zoe and Adebola Zion Owolabi. Distinguished parents, ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome to Mrs. Lade Owolabi. She is actually a member of our alumni. Clap her, please. It's not easy. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you for having me. I want to especially thank the director, the chairman of the graduation planning committee, and everybody on the high table. All protocols duly observed. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. So when I was told that I will be giving a talk to the class of 2023, I thought, you know what, will you guys be listening to me? Because I remember how it was when I was sitting right there. And I said that I will get your attention with this song. And you guys might know the song, so let's do it together. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what would I be? Would I be pretty? Would I be rich? Guess what she said to me? Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. You guys don't know the song? You guys know the song? No, wow. That's another thing that's making me feel old. All right, so Distinguished parents and graduates seated here today, 13 years ago, I was sitting right here as part of the first set to graduate from Emerald High School. So I count it a privilege to be called on today to speak to you guys. I've been asked to speak about embracing change for the future. And in my very short but looking long life, I have experienced change in a myriad of ways. Change can be experienced upward, like for you guys, you're graduating, you're stepping up, right? And change can also be experienced downwards. I'd like for you guys to pay attention. I'd like you guys to pay attention because I'm speaking to you. All right? Thank you for paying attention. Don't be scared. All right, so I had two major changes. I just said I was going to come and tell you guys a story. So I'm not giving a speech, I'm telling you a story. And please, I'm sorry if I keep looking at them. All right, so two major changes happened in my life that, defined the trajectory of my life. The first one was that after I graduated from Emerald, few months after I flew away to the United States of America for school. Imagine the culture shock. I was there all alone, by myself, new country, new currency, no friends, very little family, but they were scattered all over the place. That could be you, right? Major change. And then another major change that happened in my life was that I moved back to Nigeria. When everybody is jackpotting, I jackpot home. All right? At the end of my talk, you understand why, okay? So let's define change, right? Because we're talking about embracing change for the future. I checked the dictionary, and change is an act or a process through which something or someone becomes different. You guys are going to become different after today because you're no longer high school students, right? You're going to now be undergrads. That's what change is. A replacement or a substitution for from one form to another, positively or negatively, all right? And then I also defined the term future. Future is a time period likely to happen or exist. A time period likely to happen. So I have a few pictures. I don't know if they can just, so you just look through my pictures of major time periods in my life. Emerald School always used to tell us something while we were here, and it stuck with me all my life. And that is, this was me, see me, 2010. So that's me, 2010, with the same thing as you guys. That was us. You see all these beautiful trees? When I was here, the trees were not this beautiful. They were newly planted. So it's beautiful to come to school and see that everywhere is looking beautiful. Okay, maybe we should stop the slides for now. I will go over the slides when I'm done. It's distracting you guys. Change can happen suddenly and unexpected. Change can happen suddenly and unexpected. And Emerald High School has promised over the years to produce a total child. And I can tell you that for sure, they live to that promise. Am I right? You will not understand now until you're out of here. And you know that in this life, there are seasons. In Nigeria, we have dry season and wet season. If you go abroad, you have 4 seasons, spring and summer and fall and the likes. So I will just talk about 4 major types of change. I would assume that you guys will rise, but I thought I knew that you'd be worried about your suit and your lip gloss. So the video is live. Please, if you're trying to remember what I'm telling you because you will need it, you can go back and listen. 4 major types of change. The first one is that change happens to us. Change happens to us with or without our permission. Things that directly happen to us, personal things that confront our family, and our personal lives. Things like the loss of a parent, things like the loss of a job, those things are changes that happen to us. The other type of change that can happen is change that happens around us. We don't have control over that. The change that happens around us. In 2020, the whole world was shut down by COVID-19 change that happened around us. How do you embrace this change? Moving forward, the third one is change that happens within us. I submit to you that this is the most important kind of change that can ever happen in the life of an individual. And that's why where the children